and this is just a story of like his mental. So we're in New York, and back in the days, if you went into a club, there'd be a street guy at the end of the bar who would buy all the Cristal, so that if you wanted Cristal, you had to see him for it.
Buy it for him.
So Kobe was not drinking, I was drinking. So naturally, it was aimed for us, but he didn't know Kobe wasn't drinking. So I go, and I go to get the Cristal, and I'm like, man, fuck this, I'm not doing that. And Kobe's like, forget that. And he's not really paying attention to like the street code. He's kind of like being a little loud about it. And I'm like, yo, like this is fine, so we leave. We go to Chelsea Diner on 23rd Street. We're sitting there. The same guy, who I'm not going to name, is sitting in the booth, but Kobe is now talking super loud.
I heard the story from the other side, but go ahead.
Being very disrespectful. So I go outside. The guy calls me, says, go outside. I go outside. Boom. He got his hand on the reach. Why am I in this situation? Why am I in this situation right now? And it's not like it's super concealed. It's like
Stoute.
Yeah. Kobe comes outside. I'm like, go back inside. He sees the whole thing. He goes, I'm going nowhere. That's the type of guy he was. He just was fearless in that regard. Like he was a man, God-fearing, but believed in what's right by any means necessary. Like if this is the right thing to do, this is right, you're wrong, and that's it. I stand by it. He was that was his mindset constantly.
How did that situation get resolved?
He seems to know how it got resolved. I mean, it got resolved.
What was the side you heard?
Kobe came outside and then what?
He came outside, and I'm like, man, nobody, you know what it is. It's just like, nobody wants to feel disrespected, especially when you're the guy. Right?
Yeah.
So the guy didn't want to feel disrespected. I'm like, come on, man, it's not
that serious.
And as long as once I said that and he heard that, that was kind of how it all subsided. But that's really not important, that part of it. The only part of the story that really is important
that he stood
to
by
me
you regardless.
was that he stood by me regardless.
Absolutely.
And he didn't care. He wasn't, and it's the same thing like Rucker Park, right? Like it's the same comparison as far as he believed in, when he believed in something, he wouldn't let what was on the other side, whether it be rain or some guy, brandishing a weapon, change his beliefs.